Okay, we're live. I'm going to start bringing some people in.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Center Film Festival. Kurt, what we're going to do is we're going to just try and talk to one person at a time. We're learning this technology as we go along. I just need to confirm that we're up on Facebook, so just give me 1 second. Kurt, did you send the link? I have to talk to Kurt. We don't know how to do it except directly here live. This is Raw Center Film Festival at your door. Xavier, you want to put your camera on because we can sort of see there? Yeah, you look like every single one of my students, who only shows me half their face. That is clearly a student filmmaker. Everybody, we have some people still waiting to come into the red carpet. We have people in a pre-green room. So this is going to be a lot of fun. So the way that we're going to start is I'm just going to have Casey, I'm just going to call her live. I'm going to call Casey live and find out if we are on our website, unless someone's on our website and can tell me. Are we live on the website? Is this working? Is this on a Facebook? Does anyone see?
We are live.
We're live on Facebook?
Yes, I can see us. Yeah.
All right. I'll let Casey figure it out then. Well, in that case, welcome everyone to the first and possibly, hopefully, in so many ways, last virtual film festival. One of the things we absolutely love about student filmmaker, someone's got sound on. Someone's got background sound on. One of the things we absolutely love about film festivals is finding each other, connecting with each other, meeting the people behind, meeting the people in front. Kurt, I'm going to ask you to just maybe have two main windows open, and then I'm going to start introducing people one by one so we can actually see more clearly. So it looks a little less like Zoom and more like whatever this is.
Okay, you need to tell me who you want to have in the window.
You are obviously in the window. So, okay, Kurt. So let's bring in Dean Marie Harden from the Donald P. Belisario College of Communications. This is our original home in terms of the Center Film Festival. So I don't know, can everyone see Marie? Is she on our screen? There she is. She's in her red carpet best. So basically, this is our second year. Our first year was at the Roland Theater. I'm going to introduce you very shortly to Rebecca, who runs the Roland Theater with her team. And Marie came by and we cut a ribbon, and it was really incredible. And we couldn't wait to come back again and do it on site. And then obviously the pandemic hit, and I myself am a filmmaker, and I realized, oh my goodness, all the films that I had in film festivals got paused. Well, the film festivals got paused. Then they went online, and we kind of got the energy up, and Marie can tell you a little bit about why she helped make this happen. But we communicated about whether or not we go for it, Kurt and I, and Marie said, let's do this. And so did the Happy Valley Adventure Bureau. You're going to meet people from there too, and a couple of our other funders. And of course, most importantly, our filmmakers said yes. So in that case, we now have a festival. So without further ado, let me introduce you to Marie Harden, who's one of the people on our virtual red carpet. Marie, tell us a little about yourself and why you thought it was a good idea to put us all through this for the next 3 whole days.
Well, I got to tell you, as I logged in and started looking at the energy, I thought, I'm having fun already, and this thing has just started. So I've been looking at the program online, and I'm just so excited and so grateful. Pearl, as you are sort of the executive producer of this whole thing with lots of partners. You're always so great about bringing in so many people to collaborate with you. And I'm so grateful. Lots of Belisario College names on the program. And of course, seeing Kurt and Kevin already. And I know we're going to see other folks like Will Yerman and John Affleck and Cassie Ross Green and lots of other folks. And the student who designed the artwork, just absolutely fantastic. I just want to commend you. This thing even has its own signature drinks.
Yes, it does.
Rich menu from Stacy Chandler. I'm going to look at that. I'm probably not going to cook anything, but it's going to make my mouth water just to watch the video.
Well, you enjoy the jazz too while you dream about the menu.
Well, I did already watch the video about the drinks. I don't know what that says about me, but I did watch that video, and that got me in the mood. So this is so important. It's, Penn State we are a land grant institution. Our goal, our mission is to serve our community and to engage in the community. And Pearl, this does that, and in so many powerful ways, and in fun ways too. So just thank you for engaging the Belisario College in this. I'm so proud and grateful.
And, we're also excited that we got to put you on a panel this time around. So you don't just get to be dean anymore. One of Marie's areas of study is sports, and we're going to be doing a block on time for sports. And you get to hang out with Marie tomorrow afternoon after Time for Sports with John Affleck and Catherine Axley and Patty Cotter and yourself. So once we get all this figured out, we see how it all works. Make sure you come in and ask any questions you want about the film, filmmaking, sports, etc. None of which, in terms of sports, I could answer. So Marie, thank you so much for being here tonight. And we really applaud and are grateful for all of your support. And thanks for being on our red carpet.
Yeah, yeah, a bit. And I'm looking forward to the weekend. I mean, I've got my list of movies.
Yay, excellent. Kurt, where are you, Kurt? My partner. See you, Marie. You're gonna walk that's an office. That is not a red carpet. What have they done to you in this pandemic? That is an office. Kurt, you want to come up here so I can introduce you real quick?
I'm here.
Kurt Chandler, he's our partner in crime. He has made this film festival happen. He lives in Phillipsburg, which is originally where we have this. We also have another special guest, and that is Commissioner Mark Higgins. He's going to say a couple of words about where we are. We're in Center County, Pennsylvania, and we just like to pay respect to the area where we are. And we wouldn't have to say any of this if you were physically here, drinking, our special drinks or our Center County treats and seeing the beautiful cinematic, it's like a movie palace, the Roland. But fortunately or unfortunately, we have this venue in which we can do it. But I think Mark's going to do a great job telling you a little bit about where we're located. Marie, thank you so much. And we'll see you at the movies. Mark, do you want to say a couple of words?
Sure, Pearl. Oh, good. I popped right in as soon as I started talking. So there are some who might say that Phillipsburg is the center of the universe, and Center County is aptly named. We are located in the exact center of Pennsylvania. One piece of trivia about Phillipsburg, some people say the Phillips screw was invented in Phillipsburg. A lot of manufacturing used to happen in this town. I would like to thank you for inviting me to make some brief remarks. The Center County Commissioners and the Happy Valley Adventure Bureau are proud to help sponsor the Center Film Festival. The Roland Theater in Phillipsburg is a real treasure, of course, located right here in Center County. We do know the connections that film can create and also understand the potential of film to transform people for the better. Thanks, everyone, for all of your hard work and best wishes during the festival.
Awesome.
Is there anything else you want me to say?
No, you're so good at this. And at least you've got this great background, but at least we see how hard Marie's working. She's still at work at 6 o'clock on a Friday night, joining us on our virtual red carpet. And we really appreciate, Mark, that you were here. We had Mike Pipe here last year talking a little bit about the area. And so we're just so glad to have you here with us this year. And we hope to see you next year. And let us know which are your favorite films. I just want to underline for everyone, if you're watching, we do have an audience award. And so if you did get your tickets through the platform, I already emailed you and told you how to do it. But we'll send you some more information through Facebook and so on. So please vote, Mark. It's your turn to vote.
All right.
Again.
Yes, my turn to vote.
Well, without further ado, sorry?
I said, thanks, Pearl. Appreciate it. And Commissioner Pipe said he had a great time last year.
The only thing is you don't get to strut this time. I mean, you can strut, but you have to strut in that little rectangle. All right.
I'm strutting.
Well, Mark, thank you so much for being here tonight.
You're welcome.
Big round of
Thanks,
applause
Pearl.
for Mark Higginson's amazing work in the community, helping us here in Pennsylvania make a difference. I would like to introduce all of you to Rebecca Inlow, who is the person I was mentioning behind the Roland Theater. And Kurt, you could pop in here anytime if you want to ask any other questions. And I'm hearing from people that the room is full, which is not a bad thing. Let me see. I'm going to stop talking and let Rebecca talk, and Kurt and I are going to go figure out how we can get more people in this room. Rebecca, tell us where you are. What's that behind you? Making us jealous.
I know. I am in the auditorium of the Roland Theater. We actually have a movie tonight at 7, so you can see how many people are here so far. Not too many. But yeah, this, had it not been COVID, you would all be sitting in here with me. So thank you all for letting us still be a part of this film festival. As you can see, we have a gorgeous theater. I was kind of walking around trying to get you guys maybe a different view. We seat 1,000. It's a beautiful 103-year-old theater. It'll turn 104 in 2021. It's a great place for a film festival. So thank you very much for having us.
Actually, can you hear me, Rebecca? Can everyone hear me? I got like a weird message. This is all new. I feel like it's March 15th, 2020, and we're all going, what's Zoom? I'm like, what's StreamYard? How do you work this? But it's better than Zoom in the sense that you can actually see Rebecca like in her own. Tell us a little bit about the chairs. Sam Davey, who designed our poster this year, we asked him to make chairs. Will you tell us why we went with chairs as our motif? Rebecca, can you hear me? Or I think yes, you're going to tell us about the chairs?
And I'm moving to a spot where I think the internet will be better. Yeah, one project that got started before COVID was our seating project, and not the best time for it, but we are raising funds for new seats. I'm going to try to show you one of our seats right here. It's beautiful, and I'm not doing a good job of it because I'm not trying to, but there, if you can kind of see.
There it is. We do see it. I'm sorry,
Sort
people.
of.
This is where we usually have our festival, and I know it's hard to look at because we wish we could be there. Last year, we had all these treats for you just to kind of get warmed up. The films are fantastic, but they're also even more fantastic when you've had a little treat right before you go in. But we promise, if all goes well, to be able to return there. Rebecca, thank you so much for opening your home to us in so many ways. We're so glad a lot of people have been choosing one of the 3 theaters they could support through their tickets tonight and throughout this weekend, and the Roland is one of them. And we're just so glad that we can at least try and support you in some way. Thank you so much, Rebecca, and enjoy the movie. All right, Kurt, should we get, let's see, Kevin Jose Lugaro's here, and he actually put on a tux. Sorry, Kevin. Jose's tux. Let's bring Kevin up here too. Kevin and Jose.
Oh, anything for you.
That's an awesome red carpet look. Let's get
You
Kevin in here.
I will deliver for you every time.
That's awesome. Well, Jose Lugaro also is at the College of Communications, the Donald P. Belisario College of Communications. He does the fundraising for the school, but he's not here in that capacity. Jose and I are friends, and we talk a lot about a lot of different subject matters that are close to our hearts. And one of them is expressed in the block of films called Finding Joy. So Jose, you're going to host a Q&A with 2 of our filmmakers on Sunday, right? Or is it Saturday? Finding Joy.
These are 3 directors.
Yes.
Yes, I'm
We have
so
Elegance Breton, Jovan James, and Flavio Alves of The Garden Left Behind. That's right. Jose, I'm glad you're on it. Tell us a little bit about why you agreed to do such a difficult thing, like hosting a Q&A with a filmmaker.
well, several reasons. One is I've learned that broke luck is not someone you say no to. So that was number 1. Number 2, it's nice to sort of step out of the role that I normally play as a fundraiser and actually give back to something that I really care about and think that's important. And I'm so thrilled with the work that everyone has put together to make this happen in this time. And third, these films are fantastic, and I can't wait to talk to the directors. For those who haven't seen it, I hope they take a look, and I look forward to navigating this conversation tomorrow.
Thank you, Jose, so much. Thanks for putting on a tux. You're awesome. I think you've got, is that your disco ball back there, or is that a candle?
There's new flowers. Like,
In
I'm
the mood.
excited about this. I wanted to make it a moment.
It's a weekend of film. I love it. Well, thank you so much. Why don't we meet one of the directors? Thank you, Jose, for all of your support. One of the directors that we actually do have here is Tony Buba and David Liban. So let's bring Tony and David in. They're from two totally different places. Let's see if we can get oh, there's Tony. Tony, how you doing?
Okay, there we go. Okay, good. I'm just trying to figure everybody like everybody else. Pearl, you've done a great job of not getting reflection in your glasses.
Oh my
How'd you
God,
do
it
that?
took an hour. We had a pre-production meeting. We didn't know how to use StreamYard, but we knew how to get the lights right. Tony has been making films since, 1972? I may have not been born that year. And you're in Pittsburgh. I used to teach at Ohio University. You went to Ohio University, right? That's where we met for the first time. And I had just come to Penn State to teach, and I came back to show a film there at a festival. And it was like the Athens, what is it called? The Athens
International Film Festival. Yeah.
It's a fantastic, mostly experimental, super indie film festival. David, I'm sure you know it too. And of course, Tony was there. So his work is really beautiful. Can I call it experimental? I think of you as an experimental documentary.
I go back and forth between playing with the form, documentary form mostly, just playing with it, and sometimes pushing more to experimental. Other times just being straightforward, talking heads, whatever the subject is best suited for.
Right. The other thing that I love about your work is that it's very in the now. So if there's something happening around you, you make a film to handle it and deal with and process it. Right. So we're going to see two of your films in this festival. One is called Reflection, which is pandemic shorts.
Yeah, it was pre-pandemic. It was made with Mary Carey, who's works at the Braddock Carnegie Library, and she's the head of the art lending and with artists there, and Mary's an amazing person. So we came up with this idea of just going through town and shooting everything through a mirror. And we're supposed to work on some other projects together, but with COVID, we really, that's it for the moment.
Yeah, and the other one is in the ripple effect section, which looks at the ripple effect of racism. Oh no, you're not in that one. I put you in the what is it called? Sorry, Tony. I know.
It's like I think it's the COVID. Is it the COVID?
That's the Reflection.
Pandemic. Reflection's not in the thing. I think
you're in the one about seeking resolution, about protests in Pittsburgh. Am I right?
Yeah, I'm not. No, I think we ended up doing Reflections, then we ended up doing the one in the pandemic with COVID, with Windows, where I just sort of aimed the camera out of the window for 3 different days and over a period of time, and used math for the structure for mnemonic.
Okay, so in my defense, after you watch the films made by Tony Buba, you will truly understand this interaction I just had with him. I'm so excited for everyone to watch your work. David Liban's film is much more, I don't want to say straightforward because yours is pretty straightforward too, Tony. It has a very clear method. But David's does much more of that live action, fiction, dystopia film, right, David? Is that what you did?
That is correct. It is a post-apocalyptic, coming-of-age sci-fi drama.
That's great. What I love about your film, David, there's many things, but one of them is that you worked with your own son, right? And you shot over the course of 10 years, like Brotherhood or Boyhood.
We actually shot it over 4 years. 4 years. But we did I was inspired by Boyhood a lot, but it was also a great opportunity to work with my son. And, it wasn't a matter of nepotism. It was a matter of, I had this actor in my house and I figured why not make use of it. And we had this opportunity to work together. And so I always said that no matter what happens with the movie, we will have had this experience of doing this thing together. And now he's interested in studying film, so I'm pretty psyched about that.
Well, we're going to be talking to both of you so much more. David, we're talking to you tonight because it's Friday the 13th, and you're kind of part of that late night experience. You're not tonight. You're tomorrow night. Utopia, tomorrow night, nice and late, with a great conversation with one of our professors here, Marty Camden. Thank you so much for coming, Tony and David.
Thank you. Thank you
Is
for
there
putting this
anything else you want
together.
to say on the red carpet, on the very first virtual red carpet with no red carpet?
No autographs.
No autographs, please. Thank you, Kurt. Let's bring Kevin up here because I think it's a theme. Only people with books get to talk now. And let's bring up Spud Marshall from 3 Dots. I'm sure y'all recognize that because you got your tickets and it said, do we support 3 Dots, State Theater, or Roland? And this is Spud Marshall. Wow, I met you a while ago. You were in this kind of entrepreneurial, how do I get people to get their dreams to come true space. And now you actually started 3 Dots. It's so inspiring. And we're so excited to have you as part of the Center Film Festival.
Yeah, well, thanks for having us. I've got my bow tie with me here, my little strap-on one.
Oh, that's
and
great. You brought his
an added guest here. Hey, Bodie, do you want a bone? Come here. I got my dog who has his little tux on. Let's see if
oh my
people
God,
can
stop.
see his tux.
Jose, you have competition.
Oh yeah, I know. Come over here, buddy. There we go. Now he's in the frame. So anyway, we're that's as close to the red carpet as we've got right now. So there he goes. Now he's distracted.
That's awesome. Well, last year you gave us something called an Awesome Grant. For people who don't know what it is, it's actually all over the country. So Google Awesome Grant. Spud through 3 Dots runs the Awesome Grant through State College in this area. They're so great, and they really help you just get your awesome idea to fruition.
Yeah, awesomefoundation.com. Yeah, there's chapters all around the world. So we love funding creativity all across the Center County. So we just recently funded an Art2Go vending machine. So people can now walk down the sidewalk in downtown State College and actually support local artists by getting a little piece of memorabilia, art, and jewelry and pottery. And it's all kind of a random guess. So you never know what you're going to get.
That's awesome. Thanks, Spud, for coming. Is there anything you want to tell us before you leave your white tie experience here in our virtual red carpet?
Right. No, I am super excited. I love seeing how people pivot during times of crisis and chaos. And so I just love that you guys were able to pull this off. And so big kudos to your entire team, because that is a difficult lift, but you pulled it off. So
awesome. Thank you so much. I think I inadvertently kicked Kevin off the red carpet. So let's get, let's see, who do we have here in this room? Hanan, you're here from Brooklyn. Why don't we get Hanan up there? And then if we've already spoken, if you don't mind signing out of the room, I'm trying to kick you out of the studio, but you keep popping back in, Tony. Tony wants to come back on the red carpet. Tony, you want to come back on the red carpet? No, he's saying no. It's really impressive. The StreamYard language is so, this is not how I like opening night at a film festival. I just want to hang out, say hi to all the filmmakers, get them to meet each other, meet the community, meet the people behind the scenes. But that's cool. We're making this work in our own rectangular, bizarre way.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful. And thank you so much for having us. And here are my sons, Benjamin.
Hi.
And, this is Noah.
Red carpet. We promise it's a lot more fun in person.
And they've never been on a red carpet before. So I told them that they can come. And thank you so much for having my film about a teacher. I'm very, very grateful. And we go all the way back to when we screened at the San Francisco Jewish Film Festival when you screened Divan.
That's right. I knew we met, like, I couldn't remember if we just know each other because New York or because film. It was film.
Definitely. I was sure awesome. Gives his son a haircut, probably. Or it was my parents driving in the car, the animations arguing in the car.
Right. So Hanan started out with these amazingly neurotic, which won't be a surprise once you see his film about a teacher, these kind of animations about himself and his father, very honest. I loved them. And I just love what you ended up doing with live action. And your conversation is going to be especially exciting because we are bringing on board a woman named Uju Anya, who teaches in the College of Education here. And she actually studies just the subject that you tackle by telling a story instead of doing the kind of, people do research, which is super important, activism, and then storytelling, which your storytelling is super active.
Well,
and you cast one of my favorite actors.
Yes, Tibor Feldman, and he's going to be there at the Q&A also. And I just want to say that, I've been a public high school teacher now for the last 12 years. I just started my 12th year, and in the first year I was really going to quit, and I'm really glad that I didn't. And I found out that nearly 50% of New York City teachers quit within the first 5 years. So I wanted to make, even though it's narrative and scripted, it's based on my experience of almost quitting and staying. And the hope is to really show what teachers go through in a realistic way, and also to support new teachers. So I'm really glad to have the platform, and it has 100% on Rotten Tomatoes right now. So
right on. Well, we're going to give it another 100% after we watch it. Thanks for coming, all three of you.
So I'll just, how do I log out of the room to give another person?
Oh, I'm going to kick you out. Just you wait.
Terrific. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you again.
Yes. And speaking of high school kids, we're going to bring up our high school filmmakers, Xavier, Chris, and Suraj. Let's have you come say a quick hello. I'm going to have to usher people in and out faster. So the way that our schedule works, for people who don't fully get it, it's a suggestion. We're suggesting that people start our films at 6:30 if they haven't already watched it, because at 9 o'clock, we're going to talk to our opening night filmmakers. But I say we've got a full room here of filmmakers and people waiting to say hello to you on a red carpet. So we'll keep going until people are sick of waiting or need to go. And so hopefully everyone waits, because I'm so excited to be able to introduce you to all the people that are coming in and out of our Center Film Festival. Xavier, Suraj, Chris, where are you guys? Don't be shy.
I'm currently in Michigan.
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
All right. Can I mention that David Liban was all the way in Denver, and then we had him with Tony, who's in Pittsburgh? That's a plus about a virtual film festival. So you're in Michigan, and your film is called?
On the Wagon.
On the Wagon. We don't want to say too much about it because it's super short, and we don't want to give anything away except that it's awesome, Chris. And this is the second time with us, am I right?
It is. I was here
last year. You showed a film last year. Yes, we love having you back. We're sorry we didn't get to meet you last year, but now we get to talk to you this year. And Suraj and Xavier, which is your film?
Ramen.
Ramen, Xavier, oh, you're up there. Okay, why do you guys all do the half face thing? I can't ask my students because I don't want them to get uncomfortable, but I feel like I can ask you in public in front of everyone. Is that a thing? Let me do that.
I don't know, it's easier.
A half face thing. I'm telling you, this is who I teach most of the time, right there. Well, I can do it like the kids do. Trust me. Well, it's so great to have you. Do you want to say something about your film, Ramen?
Yeah, we're first-time filmmakers, so this is our first legitimate film, and
it is legitimate.
We're really excited to be here, and we hope you guys enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm highly recommending people check out the student shorts because those are selected by our student jury. So actually, we don't select them, but they get chosen by our student jury and they get awarded by our student jury. So there's something really amazing about it. So enjoy the festival. We hope to have you all back again next year in person so you can meet people and make more connections, which is what you're supposed to do at a film festival. As you saw, I connected with Hanan, I don't know how many years ago in San Francisco, and now here we are meeting on the red carpet in Center County, Pennsylvania. Thank you guys so much for coming and also being at the red carpet. Let's see, who do we have in the second green room? We have Stacy the chef and Kevin for real. We're finally going to talk to you.
Oh my God.
Oh, yay. And I won't kick Kevin out. And filmmakers in the pre-room, try getting, Stacy, tell us what you did for the festival.
I just cooked, that's all. I came up with a menu because I was inspired by jazz and the era.
Oh, yes, because, and Kevin, you can tell us a little about this. Do you know Bert Stearns films? I know I'm putting you on the spot.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, I'm so mean.
Terrific stuff.
Oh no, you do know. Okay, good.
Oh, sure. Yeah, wonderful documentaries about jazz.
Yes.
And about the kind of the mystique and the aura of being in a jazz audience, because in his films he shows a lot of the audience as well as the performers.
It's so beautiful, this film. I mean, I was going to say you can just listen, but you can't. If you plan to just listen, I'm warning you, you won't get that other thing done because the shots are just stunning. The music, of course, is Thelonious Monk, Anita O'Day. I mean, I can keep going. It's 1958 at the Newport Jazz Festival. And what Stacy did, Stacy, how many books did you go through to try and get that menu together for us?
One, I happened to have an extensive cookbook collection. So I had a Gourmet Magazine annual book that was published in 1956. So I took the menu from that cookbook. And
You're awesome. Well, we have a short little video that Kurt is Stacy's husband, that Kurt shot. Just like we have our drinks that are on our Facebook, so is Stacy's menu, and it's also on our website. So I wish you the most luck possible. As you heard from Marie earlier, there was no way she was cooking it, and neither was I.
No.
So yeah, but we're gonna check you out, Stacey.
It's ambitious, but it's really kind of fun because it's a little old-fashioned.
It is fun. And Kevin, speaking of the 50s, I'm just kidding. You're like one of the favorite professors at Penn State. You're
I was just barely born when that 58
I know.
Newport Festival happened, just barely.
Kevin is like everybody's favorite film professor. And no, that isn't me, unfortunately, but it is Kevin. And so Kevin, tell us what you're going to be doing at the festival.
Well, I'm going to be doing both kind of some moderating and question and answer things for our filmmakers. And it's really exciting as a film theory and history teacher to come full circle to be next to the filmmakers who are the ones who are responsible for me doing what I do.
Yeah.
That's really that's always exciting and always restorative for me.
And now you know why we're going to get Kevin to do all the film liner notes for next year's program. So we can keep that going. But you're going to be hosting. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say that you just introduced Tony Buba, and
I did.
Just as he's like several of the filmmakers you have. David is another of the filmmakers who have been making films for a good number of years. Tony's film Lightning Over Braddock was transformative for me when I saw it. I still think of him as the movie laureate of Rust Belt America.
I couldn't agree more. Yeah.
And we've also got these young filmmakers, and I was just asking Siraj online here, this is the first film festival that their film has been in. So it's so exciting to be part of a span of veteran filmmakers and rookies who are bringing that energy.
Yes, exactly. Kevin, you're going to be hosting 2 panels. He's going to be doing late night at the Center Film Festival. We've never done this before. We figure we're doing the online form. So we have a Polish filmmaker named Kuba Makurta from the National Polish Film School in Łódź. And he did a film on a very complicated Polish erotic ? Filmmaker. And so we got... this is going to be great. This is the Insomnia special, 1:45 a.m. tomorrow into Sunday. Please come join us. We're trying to figure out which of our red carpet PJs we want to wear, which drink we're mixing. But we're going to be hanging out and talking to Kuba and Kevin live. So please do join us on Facebook and YouTube and on our front page. And please ask questions. And it'll be also with Elegance Bratton and Jovan James, who did Buck, which is a very powerful film, but also has certain erotic subject matter that allow for good conversation. And same with Quiet on Set, done with Jeanette Buck and Rainey Daycrow, that also ask really interesting questions about erotic material in film. So thank you so much, Kevin and Stacy, for being on our red carpet or carpet.
Can I add just one thing?
Always, Kevin, always.
Which is that I am wearing my official Start of the Festival popcorn tie, which was given to me by a local family, the Shimps. And the Shimps are one of a number of local Center Countyans who support in every way our local film culture, particularly the screening of films, classic films, art films, documentaries, experimental films. The festival is coming to you from Center County, so we're absolutely grounded here, but through the magic of the web and Pearl's incredible hard work.
Well, the entire team, Kevin. So we're looking at Kurt and Casey and so many incredible people. But yes, go ahead.
It's really exciting to be physically here in Center County, but connecting to people all over the country, and I'm guessing all over the world. So thank you, Pearl, for making this all possible, and thank you, Center County, for being such a great place to make and to study film.
Thank you so much, Kevin. We love having you, but what are you going to do about those books at 1:45 a.m.? You can't find another.
I'll come up with something. But you know what? If you're a film person, you are by definition a night owl. So
I can't wait for the tie. Whatever tie it's going to be, it'll be fun. Kevin, you're awesome. We loved having you. Thanks for being on our bookish red carpet. I'm going to bring up a couple people that are on our jury, and then we'll meet some more filmmakers. Here's the thing. We're virtual, which means there's no theater that has a film starting right after. We were supposed to end 5 minutes ago. For those of you who do want to watch the block of films before the Q&A, you should go and watch them. We're just going to keep talking to the filmmakers. They made the film, so they're fine, or they judged the film, so they're fine. So we're just going to keep talking. You can watch the rest later, or hang out with us because we're going to keep going. People made the time to come here. I say we're going to go for like another 15 minutes from the looks of that double green room that we have going on here. All right, Ellen, and where'd you go, Jonathan? Where'd Jonathan Berman go? Berman's here. All right.
Hi.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
How are you doing? Where are you located?
I'm here in State College.
Yes, you are.
Well, it's beautiful here. Jonathan, where are you?
I'm here in Los Angeles, right near championship home of the Dodgers.
So,
right by the stadium.
But Ellen, you used to live in LA, didn't you?
I did. Jonathan, are you up by Silver Lake? Are you actually by the Dodgers? Or I used to
right by the Dodgers, right here. I have
I know you're both really LA, but we're watching you now. It's live. So, it's like these guys are gonna go off and start talking LA.
I know, we're gonna have our own conversation.
Geography. Tell us about what you've been doing for the last week and a half, 2 weeks for the Center Film Festival. We love you guys so much. What have you been doing?
Okay, well,
Ellen, go ahead.
sorry. Okay, Jonathan, thanks. I have to tell you that Kevin Hagopian, Dr. Kevin Hagopian, who maybe is still on here, was also one of the favorites. Did we kick him off?
We did.
Oh, I thought he was also one of the favorites when I was in school. He was new the last year or two I was here, so it's always exciting to see him. He's awesome. So the last week or two, we've been watching fiction. We are fiction.
And Jonathan, you've been watching
Amazing documentaries from the jury, secret jury room.
Oh, let's bring one more jury member I see here from our student portion of our jury. That's Otis. Let's bring Otis in the room. So this year we're mixing students and industry professionals. Ellen's a producer. She worked on films like Mr. and Mrs. Smith, and you can IMDb her. Jonathan's like ridiculously awesome himself. You can IMDb him. In fact, you can just read our jury page. And what we decided to do, since we're a college town and we're committed to having that conversation keep going on all levels, is we invited our students to be in the jury room. So they duke it out with as much of a vote as the industry professionals. So Otis, what have you been watching for the last week and a half? Fiction or docs?
Fiction. Yeah.
I know you can't tell us who you voted for, but any let's see, what can I ask you without giving anything away? Because I can't ask you to make suggestions, because then we'll read between the line. We're good at that. Tell us why you love film festivals. How about that?
This is my first film festival, and honestly, it's fun just seeing all the different content. Like, there's so many different stories out there. I'm just overwhelmed by it all, but it's been good.
And you're about to make your first films, right?
Yep.
Well, we're excited to see that. Otis happens to be in my screenwriting class, and you're going to be seeing his work out there one day very soon.
Yes.
And Jonathan and Ellen, what about you? What can people do at a film festival that you think is a great way to engage with it, even though it's virtual?
I think any opportunity you have to watch movies and chat with the makers and other audience members. It's really, I think it was Sam Fuller or somebody like that once said, making movies is hell, but showing them, that's fun.
I totally agree. And Jonathan won an award last year at our festival here. Tell us the name of your film and what you showed.
Oh, last year that was Calling All Earthlings, my film about, kind of a midnight movie, a film about Joshua Tree and the Integratron, which was in a dome that was supposed to be a time machine inspired by UFOs, of course. And yeah, I just want to say, Pearl, that being out in Center County and at the Roland was so great. I mean, the staff at the festival and at the Roland last year were so sweet, and it was just a great experience. And I'm missing that cold that we had. I really kind of like it. It wakes you up. And
or the after parties, guys. I'm sorry. We'll try. Maybe we'll take like a Facebook Live camera into, I don't know, someone's back porch now, because that was really fun to engage with local culture. We promise to try to do that again next year if that's safe. All three of you, thank you so much for your time and your attention to all the films. And we're going to see you at the award ceremony on Sunday night. Am I right? Oh, speaking of which, I had to run out for a second. The mailman just showed up with the handmade awards.
That's
That's going to go to
cool.
a best short. There's a whole box of them.
Wow.
But if you're in our audience right now, you get to choose who wins the audience award. Obviously, the jury, and you can see who our jury is on our website. We'll pick those. They smell really good. You're going to have a great meeting at the very least.
you know, Pearl, one thing about the film festivals is you get to meet other filmmakers and hang out with them. And somewhere, I don't know if it was Berlin or Boston, I just can't, it all becomes like one big festival. I did meet Tony Buba,
Yes.
and that was a thrill because Lightning Over Braddock and his work is still really quite strong.
Totally classic. Wait till you see these films, everybody. Jonathan, you and I met at a film festival, the IFP.
That's right,
In
Film
New York
Market.
City. I was
Yeah.
showing the beginning of my first film, and I had a bagel brunch to try and get investors excited about my movie. It's a cheap trick, but it sort of worked, and I got to meet you.
Oh, great. And how much did I invest?
Later, we're hanging out on the interwide webs. Thank you so much, jury members, for being here.
Thank you, Pearl.
Should we
Thank
bring
you.
Pleasure.
yes, should we bring in some more folks? Who should we bring in? Let's bring in Yaki. I see some filmmakers. Let's bring some filmmakers. Yaki Smith, Jack Meyer, and Morgan and Ellie. Wow, it's like you win the lottery. Those are our film. Where's Yaki? Get him in here. And I'm going to tell the people in the other room.
I'm in my car, so this is interesting.
Which part's interesting?
That my kid is back here as well.
Hi, that's a team tonight. Hi, exactly. Hi. Is this your first film festival?
Yeah, I got my toy.
I don't know about that. I think you were really tiny when I met you. Where did I meet you, Yaki? Which film festival was that?
Was it Cucalores? No.
No, that would have been nice. But no, it was in Waco, Texas. We were on a panel together in Waco.
Oh, got it. Deep in the heart. That's what it was.
Deep in the heart.
Oh,
Where's
okay.
Jack Meyer?
He was really little then.
He was, I told you, that's what I told him. It's not his first festival. I'm telling you. So Yaki, tell us, which is your film?
So I actually have two films. I have a film called Brother and also an anthology series called The Pandemic Chronicles.
Yes. And you know what's amazing about the Pandemic Chronicles? Yours was in 3 parts. Nitsan Mager, who is another filmmaker in your group, was in 3 parts. And Tony Buba's was in 3 parts. So what we've done is, for those of you who are going to be watching on your own, like, you know, your own schedule or whatever, I've cut them into 3s. So you get first, second, third, first, second, third, first, second, third of the filmmakers. And they really go well, Yaki. I'm so excited about that.
I'm actually excited to see them interwoven with the other ones as well. I'm curious to see how they cut.
I think one of your skills, I mean, you have so many, but one of them is to like speak to what's really important, but still still manage to make it light enough to feel like you're watching a movie. If you don't want to engage too much with the kind of deeper reasons to make this film, that's okay. It's a human story. You can just kind of appreciate watching a person on screen going through something.
Yeah, I mean, I think you know, as makers, obviously, I feel like we have a responsibility to tell meaningful narratives, but people also still want to be entertained. So
That's
there's
right.
a way to sort of put the medicine in the cupcake, you know.
And I'm telling you, you guys are going to see that. It's with obviously most of the films, but it's something about Yaki's work. It's got that signature. So yeah, we took both of your new films. I know they're making the rounds in festivals right now. They're winning awards. And we're just so happy to have you here. I wish that we could have brought you in person. Let me introduce you to the 2 people on the red carpet with you, Morgan and Ellie. And Kurt, if you want to bring in Jack Meyer, he's also a student filmmaker. Yaki is a professor at UT. You're still at UT, right?
I am.
Yes. So these are 3 of our students. and their films were chosen by the student jury, but they're not high school students, so they got judged on a little bit of a harsher note. So both Morgan and Ellie have films in there. You want to say hello? And is this your 10th festival, your 15th?
No, this is both of our first festivals, so we're really excited to be here.
I love your outfits. See, look at that. Yaki, you're in your car. You know, these guys brought it. You know what I'm saying?
I love it. She has like the fur on. I love it. I love it.
Yeah. Wait, Morgan, are those matching leggings?
These are PJ pants. So it's like all business on the top, like for Zoom, and then like a film watching outfit underneath.
Yaki, you got to check out their work. They're both highly artsy, and so is Jack Myers. Jack's is experimental. Am I right, Jack?
It is quite experimental and a little bit animated too.
Yes, and by that he means literally animation. This is your first festival too?
It is my first festival. It's very exciting.
And if anybody's watching like the trailer on our film festival, like one of the advantages of doing a film festival in a college town is that you get to work with your students on things. Jack cut the trailers, so I think he rocked it. I mean,
great job, Jack.
Yeah, Morgan's been
Really
working
well
behind the scene on this festival from last year. So definitely check out the student shorts. You're going to be super impressed with the level of work. They're all different genres. Ellie's deals with the pandemic. Morgan's, tell us about yours. Where was yours set?
Oh yeah, so I shot mine when travel was still normal. It was a documentary that I shot during a 10-day trip to Poland with my documentary class. It's about kind of grappling with my heritage, and I like kind of went in thinking I knew my subject, but it ended up being more about what was going on with my family back at home. So. Yeah.
Yes, I happen to know about it because she was on a trip to Poland in my class where we went to work with the National Polish Film School. And Ellie, I almost put yours in the pandemic shorts. I really did. It's just so beautiful. It fit perfectly. So Yaki, make sure to check that out. But it's beautiful in the student lineup as well. Jack, did you want to add anything before we send you down this extremely exciting runway, or what is it? What are we on? A red carpet? We're in a car. Yaki's enjoying himself. That's because we both know what it should be, and this is not it.
I love
it.
It's great.
So close.
It's great.
I feel like I'm on, you know, that's like live from the red carpet shows. I should be asking everyone who they're wearing. Jack, who are you wearing?
I don't know what this is. It's a little chilly in my apartment, so I put a sweater on.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here. Look at those intergenerational filmmakers. Who should we call up next, Kurt? Dealer's choice. Dealer's choice. Who's next? Thanks, everyone. Yaki, I hope you show up to your film outside your car. Maybe not. You know what? Be in your car for the Q&A. I'm all right with that. All right. Who do we got, Kurt? Who are you sending down the red carpet? I'm kicking everyone out of the studio. We need. Oh, wow. What do we have? We have Shaman Savita. Happy Diwali. Do you say happy Diwali?
Happy Diwali.
You say happy Diwali? Okay, you know, when people have Purim or if it's Shavuos, they don't know what to say to me. They're like, happy Jew. God, happy, depressing. I don't know. Eat. I don't know what you do. So what do you say for happy Diwali? You say happy Diwali?
Yes.
Okay.
Diwali.
Yeah.
You know, it's really terrible in some ways that we're talking now because we're actually showing our film about Indian American girl in Greensburg, PA right now. So hopefully whoever's here right now has already seen that movie or plans to see it later. But
yeah, we definitely plan to. Yeah. Yep.
What's that?
We do plan to see it.
Yes. Well, you guys look great. You are definitely showing up on
Okay. We should, unlike the filmmakers, we are pretending here, right? So
I know the filmmakers show up in their jeans and a t-shirt, and maybe bring a child.
So this is the first time I'm wearing a jacket in all of this pandemic. So
that's great. I got to catch up with John Affleck over here. How many are you? I know you've been waiting a long time. That's so Sham, tell us a little bit about what you're going to be doing at this festival.
Well, I'm moderating a panel tomorrow with three excellent films, one by our former colleague, Alex Fattal.
Yes. Alex, you want to try and get in the room?
Yeah, he I think is waiting, or he said he needed to leave, but
No, he's there. He's wearing a pink shirt and what's going on? He's in San Diego. It's just not fair. He's here. So Sean's going to be moderating a panel. We actually talked about one of the films in the panel. It's Tony's. The other one's going to be Alex. And then this really terrific feature-length documentary called Finding Ying Yang that actually HBO just acquired. So we're going to get to see it first here. And it's about seeking resolution. I think you're perfect for that.
Yeah. I've already.
Sean's really annoying. He shows
watched
up in like all these magazines, like, being like, the top 25 voices to listen to on new media and the effects of media on humans. And I have to work with this guy. It's like every next day he's in another article being quoted. I mean, there's no pressure or anything, but you're really going to love your conversation with him. This is your second time at the film festival. Am I right?
Well, yeah, last time was, from a distance even, but yeah.
That's right.
But I'm really glad you guys are doing this because I think it brings in a bigger audience. Phillipsburg was a schlep even for those of us who lived in State College.
Totally.
So kudos to you for making this happen despite the pandemic, and the best of luck for the film festival.
We're going to see what happens. Tonight was an experience, just getting this up and making it work. I've never done anything like this in my life. I'm literally schwitzing. But, it's not as fun as normal red carpets. But I have a feeling the rest of the film festival will run, I don't want to jinx it, but will run a lot smoother because we really do have blocks like an hour for each Q&A. So you have time to relax and talk to each other. So that's going to be good. Savita, did you want to add anything here on the red carpet?
Happy Diwali,
What are you drinking?
No, this is the light.
This is light. Diwali is the festival of lights.
It's
So
it's the fight of good over evil. So
that's awesome. Well, we're so happy to have you here. You want to stick around while we talk to John?
well, we'll have to get going, but I'll let you invite Alex to the room. Good luck.
Alex
with the
isn't
festival.
listening to us. Alex is in his own San Diego world in the back room.
I'll try
Right.
to fill while it all works itself out.
No, we have some people waiting here. Let's see. Niav Kanti's here too, John. I'm going to bring her in. I'm not going to bring in Natalie yet because she's a juror. We don't want to mix the jurors with the filmmakers. But let me introduce you to John Affleck. He did a short film. Actually, this is your second, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Kind of new
It
in
is.
the filmmaking world.
Sorry?
You're new in the filmmaking world, but you've been
Yeah,
talking
pretty
about-
much. I mean, I really hate it when people talk in sort of what I think are sort of cliche words, but like storyteller is my thing. And most of my life I've been a word person in journalism and then a little bit in short fiction. But we started making, I run the Curley Center at Penn State, and we started making films a few years ago. And the one that we'll see tomorrow is called Running Home, and it was basically inspired by the Harvard report that came out about all of the deaths in Puerto Rico from Hurricane Maria that were underreported when it initially came out. And I knew that I had a really good story about that, and I felt like it needed to be told. And it's a story of a friend of mine in New York who's a track coach of Puerto Rican descent. And he has a long story on his own, but wanted to do something to help. And so that's what I'll say about it. So
that's great.
25 minutes, a lot of laughs. It's a little heavy, but it does have its life.
Well, I think the part that's warm about it is that there's redemption. And there's this, it's just so beautiful to watch someone come to terms with what they can do to make a difference.
Yeah.
And even though the hurricane is very difficult to, it's hard to think about and watch. Actually, I will bring Natalie Ruiz in here. Kurt, you want to bring Natalie in? Because she's actually from Puerto Rico. But she's not going to tell you what she thinks of your movie. Hi. She's a
Hi,
juror.
Natalie.
So Natalie, this is John. His film, as you know, is the one that you think you have to turn up your sound, Natalie. I'm getting feedback. But yeah, John, you've coupled your film with something called "Who's Got That Feedback?" Let me see. Kurt. Okay, that worked. Nope, it didn't. Natalie, what's happening? What's happening?
It's muted. When Natalie muted, it's better.
So I coupled your film, John, with a film called Atla, which is about a dog sled racer, also legendary, and also
Yes.
kind of a last moment to connect with these people. So you have two athletes.
I'm actually really excited to see that because we were thinking about a project with the Iditarod, and it's going to come to pass this year, but you never know, sometime in the future. So really, really interested to see that film. I'm excited to meet the filmmaker. I think the schedule just looks fantastic. It's really, really cool. So if you're out there and you're watching this, obviously you're already interested, but I mean, I think it's a really cool thing to put together, and Pearl has been all over the world showing her films and making films, and we're going to benefit from that this week. That's great.
Well, I'm going to tell you guys something. I did not, this morning, it occurred to me, this could be my sound that's causing this, but this morning it occurred to me that we have experience with films, with filmmakers, with students, with industry folk, with, film festivals. I have zero experience, only a teeny bit with virtual film festivals. And so it just hit me like a brick. And I just have to say, this red carpet has just been so amazing to talk to all of you. I'm so glad you all showed up and we're willing to go a little late because Tim is going to come up in a minute. His film is playing as we speak. And people can really connect with you and hear what's coming and try at least a sense of connection. So I really appreciate that. Thanks, John. I want to introduce you to Niav, who's, you're calling in from where? Niav. Hi.
I'm in Bradford County, Pennsylvania.
Yes, where you shot your film Small Time, which is our closing night film. This year, we really wanted to focus on made in PA films as much as possible, and we didn't have to work that hard. There are incredible films being made in Pennsylvania, and Niav, yours is one of them. It's so beautiful. Tell us a little about why you chose this area.
I chose this area because there's a summer camp that managed to provide everything that we needed to make this film. So it was a miraculous production gift that the film certainly would never have been made without.
Right.
And the area was appropriate because it's about opioid addiction. And this is actually also an area that suffers a lot from such things. And it also has a beautiful, beautiful landscape, which contributes largely to the film. So it kind of offered everything that we needed.
I'm excited to check it out.
And in, the film speaks for itself, but in total transparency, Niav shot my last film. And she's quite an amazing cinematographer. So you're going to be blown away by that film as well. I can't ask Natalie what she thought about either of your films because she's on the jury, but Natalie, how'd you like being a student juror this year?
Yeah, can you hear me well?
Yeah. Perfect.
Okay.
And you look fabulous on our red carpet.
Thank you.
So do you, Niav and John, but Natalie's kind of rocking it.
Thank you. Really, as this is my first time being a juror, and I was super excited to see the student films and also the nonfiction, because I'm a very nonfiction filmmaker, and I thought it was interesting how to rate them, but also how to watch them in a totally different perspective as I would as a normal viewer. So,
and
really
hopefully it affected you in terms of making your own work and how it's going to get viewed.
Yeah, it definitely inspired me, especially yours, John, because I've been working on another documentary for Puerto Rico.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, and also about another natural disaster, but more so on the earthquakes. So, and I think it was, I won't say what I have to say about your film, but I'll definitely say it later.
Well,
it was really good.
That I introduced to each other.
We have to get together.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'll make sure you get John's information, Natalie, and John, I'll do the same for you. Thank you so much, all three of you, for being here on our red carpet. Let's bring in our last guests. Could you believe it? Half hour after we said we would do this, but you know what? They showed up and we want to meet them. And I don't know if anyone's ever going to watch this on a recording, but these final two filmmakers, I just think think the two of you need to meet, actually. I don't know. This is perfect. So Tim Naylor and I go way back. You're muted. Alex and Tim, you're both muted, which is good because I can talk.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I hear you. Tim, didn't we shoot some stuff together back in the day?
A long time ago. Good old Joel Baum. How the devil are you, Pearl?
I'm making it work. With or without the red carpet, you know what I'm saying? So Tim's in Brooklyn, and where are you? All the way over there, Alex?
I'm in San Diego, California.
Oh, San Diego. Tim, weren't you looking for someone to shoot in San Diego, Alex? I think I tagged you, Alex. Oh no, Tyler Walk was, who also went to Penn State, and do you know Tyler Walk, Tim?
Not at all.
No, he cut How We Learned About the Plague and Survived. That really, what's it called? The film about the plague. He cut the one about Chechnya that just came out.
Okay.
Yes, the one about HIV. The one. So anyway, it's relatively unrelated. He was going to be on our jury this year, but he's cutting a new movie. Alex, tell us what you're doing.
Pearl, we're running over. We don't have any time. It's like when I'm on the phone with you and I'm trying to get off the phone. There's no way to get off the phone because you keep going. And I'm just trying to say goodbye. And then here we are. That was just my shtick. I was just doing.
Okay, it worked great. I think I'm going to have what Tim's having.
So my film is called Limbo, and it's shot in Colombia, and it's shot in the middle of a truck that's transformed into a giant camera obscura. So it's all a little bit trippy.
I said, Tim, you got to meet this guy. You two need to meet.
I want to see a giant camera obscura.
Yeah.
As a truck.
And then there's a former guerrilla fighter in there talking about his life and his dreams, and it's
beautiful. Tim. It's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. And in fact, I didn't know where to put it. Fiction, nonfiction. It ended up in nonfiction. But there's just something about the artistry that, doesn't make it necessarily nonfiction, but not nonfiction, but it just was like, what am I watching? So it really transports you. Tim's a shooter, but this is one of your directorial debuts. I think it's your second directing film, or is it your first?
Second, third, maybe fourth. I do like a short every couple years.
And Tim, where are you?
I'm in Brooklyn, and the film is The Henchman of Notre Dame.
It's playing as we speak, Alex. You should actually be watching that. Why are you on the red carpet?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Well, Kurt, you want to get in here, and we'll let's see, Casey, if you could hear us, if you could sign in, we can get you in here too. So, Tim, tell us a little bit why you ended up making the film you did. You shot it in black and white. I don't want to give too much away, but the sense of humor, the darkness, the casting.
Okay, I'll make a horrible story short.
Don't give too much away, because at 9 o'clock you're on the Q&A.
Okay, I was on my skateboard going down J Street. A car hit me. I got all mangled up, destroyed my arm. I was out of work for several months, and so I kind of had this hobbled arm. I was limping from playing soccer, and I'm blind in one eye. So I had this affinity with Quasimodo, and I took an improv class, to buy the time, and then I took a sketch writing class at UCB, and that's where the story germinated from. And it's about Quasimodo trying to get a day job.
Right, right. That's exactly right. And we're going to get to talk to you tonight at 9 with Sujata Day, who did Definition Please, which was shot here in Greensburg, PA. And we pre-interviewed Shira Bele because she's an Israeli filmmaker who keeps the Sabbath. So I've blatantly, unfortunately for my own ancestors, kicked off this festival, but I can blame it on Kurt, kicked off this festival on a Friday night. So we're going to hear like her chatting about her film, but I've put you kind of in this comedy, kind of darker comedy block. I think it works really well. And Alex, you've already told us about your film. Your Q&A is going to be tomorrow with Sean. We couldn't get back to you. Yeah.
I miss my
birthday tomorrow. Is it your birthday? Is that
my birthday?
I don't know. You said you had a birthday thing. You might have to miss it.
Oh, another colleague, a local colleague having a birthday, but I'll be there for the Q&A.
All right. And Alex used to teach here at Penn State. That's how we met. Tim, as I said, we met because he used to, and then we did some docs together too, like for clients.
Yes, we did. I just finished a doc.
And you just finished a doc.
I just finished a doc recently. I'll send it to you.
Right on. Excellent. Well, it's great to see both of you. Kurt, did you want to add anything to either of these gentlemen before they run off?
I might have been able to sneak in the Tim's film, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. So looking forward to the discussion later tonight.
You're on the jury, right?
You wish. He worked with me on curating. Yeah, I have to say, the jury is pretty awesome. This is a good way to bring Casey in. Let's bring Casey in too, but don't get rid of the guys. Let's see how we can do this. Get everyone at the end, like as our final finale. She's going to be in the jury room, so now is your time to say what you need. No, I'm just kidding. Casey's been working behind the scenes, getting the film festival together. Honestly, if not for Kurt or Casey, I don't think any of this would have happened. Let's be real. So Tim, we're going to see you later at 9:00. And Alex, can't wait to see you tomorrow. Please don't look as happy out there, please. Are you experiencing a pandemic over there, or is it just like sunshine and roses all the time?
Well, at least we get the outdoor space out here.
We see. Yes.
But
All right. Well,
so impressed with everything you're doing. This is inspiring. Thank you.
You know your film's already in the festival, right? You don't need to say that.
But it is impressive. It is impressive.
Thank you. Who's there, Tim?
Oh, that's Z. That's my wife.
Hi, Z. Come say hi.
Pearl said, "Come say hi."
It's the red carpet. We want you oh, there you are. Hey, I can check you out. You're doing amazing.
It's
What's
okay.
the name of that series? You're playing.
Good
Is it?
Lord Bird.
And you're playing Harriet Tubman, right?
Yes, The Good Lord Bird with Ethan Hawke as John Brown.
You were so great in that.
And this week, 2 days ago, I was a question answer on Jeopardy, a show I never watched, but I saw myself. I thought, I have arrived. I'm a Jeopardy question.
Oh wait, I saw that posted. That's really funny.
It's hilarious.
But you also had a very, not that Harriet Tubman's not a challenging role, but you had this really challenging role. What was it called? It was a 3-part series. It only went for 3 years. And each one dealt with very difficult subjects. So one of them dealt with trafficking. The other one dealt with education.
Homeland.
Say again?
Homeland.
Oh, was that in Homeland? I'm confusing the two. Yes. You had a really interesting role in Homeland.
Mm-hmm.
What was that role again?
Dealing with having a Muslim child
Who's
situation.
being accused of blowing up his van, right?
Yes.
Yes, I knew that, right? And I was blown away. I mean, I've seen you do stuff, and like you were doing theater, and you're so amazing. But that was a really interesting role. I really liked that.
Thank you.
Well,
Pearl,
thanks
when
for
are you
being
gonna have
on
your
Red
own show?
Carpet. Say it again.
Pearl, when are you going to have your own show? You're good at this. I love it.
I know. I'm good at this. I'll tell you what I prefer. I prefer live, in person, all of us hanging out, watching movies, talking about them. Yes, exactly. Having drinks. That's right. Did you know that we have special drinks for the film festival? We have 2 really good bartenders in town. Nice seeing you, Z.
Nice to meet you all. Bye-bye.
You too.
New York misses you, Pearl.
You guys don't age at all. It's so annoying. When was the last time I saw you? Like 15 years ago?
Special effects filter. It's great.
Oh, is that what it is? Of course, you're a cinematographer.
Called the -15 plugin. And when I hang out with teenagers, I put on the -50.
Tim, I kind of feel like you were the longest wait. So you're welcome to stay here with us. We would cut. It's 7:08.
I'm totally fine. You don't mind if I take a bite of
9:00 today. Loved your film, obviously. All 3 of us did.
Good.
And we'll see you in a little bit.
We shot that in 1 day.
Did you really?
Yes, it was one long day, and in the morning, the effects lady she forgot the hands, the big ass hands.
Kind of need the hands.
In fact, she didn't have the hands. They didn't even make it. She ordered them from California, and so we called every FedEx in Brooklyn. Where is it? And we had to send her out to Walgreens in Bay Ridge at a FedEx pickup point to get the hands. I was about to cancel the whole show.
Wow. You know what, Tim? Since you're still here and the awards just showed up, do you want us to slip you one of these? No one's watching. Actually, 12 people are watching for sure. Let's see, which one do you want?
What you got there?
I know, right? I opened the Best Short Award, but I cannot give it to you. Not from me anyway. This one's the Best Student Film Award.
Okay.
There we go. That's going to go to one of those students that came here tonight or made the films. I don't know if they all got here. But any last thoughts, Tim, before we let our audience go who are surprisingly still watching? All 15 of you need to go watch movies and come join us at 9
I have
o'clock.
nothing deep or profound, if that's what you mean. Like, go
Say
forth
again?
and make films, young people.
Go forth and make films.
Yeah.
We'll see if this format works, Tim. Have you been to other virtual festivals yet?
Yeah, I was in this festival. What's it called? Dances with Films. That's my first.
Oh, I
one.
love that festival.
But you know, it was weird because it was like it was the early days of virtual film festivals.
Yeah.
And then my film won best comedy at Houston.
It did. Yeah, I remember that.
But that was before they had any idea how to do the virtual thing quite. You know, they just sent me like, "You won, kid." You know, I was like, "When did this happen?" So I'm hoping that, you know, they'll do some kind of screening down the future. Who knows?
I mean, I just hope we don't have to figure out how to do virtual festivals for much longer.
Oh, you know, I have stock in Zoom, so I'm cool with it.
Do you really?
No, I hate it. No, but I do have stock in Zoom. But
you do have stock in Zoom.
Yes, I do. But I mean, it's kind of a love-hate.
I hear you. Well, we did something crazy this year. I was in a few virtual festivals. I love all of them. I don't want them to take this the wrong way, but they pre-recorded all of the Q&As. And so when my festival, my film's playing, like there are 2 playing right now, I'm not in touch. So even though we have a Q&A at 1:45 in the morning, yours is at 9. We have a couple. What time's yours tonight, Casey?
I think 11:45.
11:45. I figured we're going to record it. People could watch it later, but at least let's get some live interaction if possible.
Yeah, live interaction is good stuff.
Even if it's one person, that's one person that gets to ask you a question.
That's right.
So I wonder who the 11 people are.
The other one, you said.
We're pre-recording the other one. So what they did is they are playing my movie, and then they're cutting. They're just throwing in the pre-recorded talk. But
That's the one where Jeffrey Tooper's on the jury.
I don't know. You know what, Tim? It just hit me because it's late. I hear him. If he is, I don't want to know about it. Well, on that note,
I think it went well, the red carpet. I loved it.
Kurt and Casey give their last thoughts. So with that, here's Kurt Chandler, with whom I co-founded the film festival, and Casey is the managing director. Go ahead, either one of you, and then take us out.
Well,
Tim,
fun, and I still think it was a good idea. It was fantastic to meet you, Tim.
I know.
Keep making great films.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys, and keep enjoying them.
Yeah, and we'll see y'all right here for 9 o'clock live Q&A with Tim Nagler. You finish your chicken before.
Ciao.
Bye, Sue.
All right, and Casey, we'll see you. What time?
11:45.
11:45. Beautiful.
Friday the 13th.
For all those who made it all the way to the end, you did it.
Yeah.